Hey guys, welcome back. Hopefully, I'm hoping today is the day that we see if this thing's gonna fire back up. It's gotta be the day. I gotta get it to work today. I'm not gonna do the coin door till tomorrow. I just painted it today. It's in the shop drying. I got a text message early this morning, and my buddy said, "Hey, you forgot to put the heat sink back on the power supply." And when I was putting that together last night, I knew I was missing something and I couldn't figure out what it was. And I had even wandered around the basement thinking, what else do I need to put the power supply together? And what it was I never went and grabbed the thermal paste. So by not grabbing a thing of thermal paste, I totally forgot to put it on. It was sitting on the table right over where I was working on the power supply yesterday. So, I probably would have caught it today at some point because it would have been sitting on the table and I would have been like, oh yeah, I never put that on. But, you know, it always definitely helps when somebody says something because you just never know. I could have totally forgotten that and probably done some damage. I gotta tighten these screws a little bit. That's too much. You know what else? I wonder if I could lift this door up at all. It drags a little bit on the bottom. I don't think there's any adjustment. At least not on this part. Now these screws are... No adjustment. Just rubs on that a little bit is what it is. It's not like it opens all the time. So I just got to pull this board off. I already cleaned a bunch of the thermal paste off of there. Good thing is this part doesn't screw in. And I don't need to take it all the way off either. I have tons of this stuff. And I always use more than I need. Some people are like, oh, don't use that much. I don't think it hurts. Hi, Eleanor. Are you coming to see? Oh, man, I just got it on my hand. You know what? That must screw in. I must have unscrewed it. Or was it... You know, I did not unscrew that. That was never screwed in. Because I remember when I took the power supply off, it fell off. So it was just sitting on there. The thermal paste was holding it in. Unless maybe I took some screws out. No, because it would have to get screwed from the front side because of where the way the threads are into the sheet metal. It would have to go that way. So, I don't think I have screws for that. I don't even know what kind of screws they would be. Let me go look at the other one. Eleanor, are you going to do it for me? Here's the screws. Really? You're going to quit? It's hard to find good help these days, guys. It really is. I must have unscrewed it. Here's the screws for it. Just when I think I found a good worker, they leave. Apparently lunch is more important. Salmon. Must have been the salmon. I don't remember taking those screws out yesterday. Apparently I did. Really, Eleanor? Now she's throwing around my tools. You're looking to get fired. Okay, that is taken care of. Now let's throw the LED lights on the front of this. I'm gonna do all white for now. All cool white. And then if I want to do any sort of an accent color, which I don't think so because it's a brand new front back glass, I don't think it needs anything. Maybe I'll do like a flasher or something. I don't know. But for the most part, it's going to be just regular. There we go. Okay. After this, I'm going to get the flippers back together and whatever else needs put back together on a playfield. Then I'm going to pull the playfield, and off camera, I am going to solder the rest of the wires on the bottom of the playfield. I'm not going to video that. It's just like I did to the back of this yesterday. Same exact thing. I left a little piece of wire, just need to desolder the little piece of wire, strip the new one, and solder it back on. I'll do that off camera, and then after that, we can put the wiring harness in the bottom of the cabinet, run our ground strap, switch, stuff like that, and then at that point, we're ready to put the head on, drop the playfield back in, and hopefully, got two different kinds of lights here. They're all cool white, but some of them have a different frosted lens than the others. So I'm trying to put all the same ones in. Funny, sometimes they're all cool white, but sometimes they will look different on camera. If it's a different brand, the white will look a hair different, but in person you can't see it. But if you look through the camera, you can see it. I'm sure there's a reason why, but I don't know the reason. If somebody does, let me know. I'm curious. Why would the cool white, two different manufacturers, look a hair different in color through the camera lens, but not to the naked eye? There's got to be a theory on that, or a reason why. got over a foot of snow last night from about 2:30 in the morning till about 7:30 this morning. I gotta find my rubber piece. Got my little plunger rubber. These are regular LEDs, not the non-ghosting ones, because I bought those adapter boards, which honestly, we need to put those on here. Do that now while the head is off the cabinet. And we got to wire in a wire. Good thing I thought of that just now. It's just something I don't have to worry about leaning over the cabinet to do later. And I put the wrong color bulb right there. The LED conversion kit is the same kit I put in Supersonic. They're like 50 some dollars, $60 shipped. Half the price of a new board. That one don't want to go in. These bulbs down here spell Silverball. All right. Last two bulbs. Okay. So now we're going to do the LED conversion thing on here. Get that out of the way. And then I have to remember, I got to look up, when I go to power this on, I got to make sure I unplug the right plugs so that I don't have wrong voltages running through until I check the power supply to make sure that my voltages are in fact correct. All right, got my little kit here. J3. J1, and they are labeled top because they do not have a key in them. Top J1 right here. J2. I think J4 is the power for the lamp driver board. So I just need to unplug the power wires to each board, so that when I turn the game on, I can check my voltages at my power supply to make sure I don't have any weird voltage going to the wrong wire. Okay, so now we have those three on. Now we have to run this guy. And this one sucks because I think it has to go to, maybe I can take it down here to a Silverball light bulbs. I gotta look it up. There's no paperwork on this one. And I don't think I have the last paperwork. I think I threw it away. So I got that going for me. And they have these alligator clips, which I don't use. I solder the wire on. That's all we need. I believe it's just voltage. All right, I'm gonna have to look it up and see exactly. You know what? Well, yeah, I can look at the other pin. See where I hooked it up to. It actually goes to the negative side, I believe. It goes to the side that doesn't have the wire coming from the board. And so, where's the bulbs for the player 1, 2, 3, 4? So it's on the outside? What the heck? Should be able to just grab it off of this guy here. This one doesn't have a player 1, 2, 3, 4, unless it's at the top or something. Where's it at on the glass? I'm looking. It's gotta tell me somewhere. Ouch. I don't know. We'll just, like I said, we'll tap it in there. I believe that'll work. You know what, I'm gonna, yeah, let's tap it in. It should be fine. That should not be an issue. Leave the wire long just in case. All right, that's on. The thermal paste is on the heat sink. That's all back together. These are all in. We got to run a ground strap along the front edge here. So let me go grab a piece of that. We'll cut that down and staple that in. Bought a spool of this on Amazon. Okay. Kicking the camera. Battery's dying. Okay, now when the ground strap comes from down below, we'll screw it right into that. So as far as I can think off the top of my head, I think the head is ready to go on the game, which I have to wait until I do the other stuff. So let me move over to putting the flippers together now, and then should be good to go. Need to tighten these just a hair. I don't have a nut driver with me. And of course, the drill wants to just spin. That's better on that one. Too tight. That's a little better. Okay, I'm gonna head over to work on the flippers now. We'll just probably do some high speed through the flippers. Gotta get this off. It's just sitting on there. That. All right, I can feel, especially on this one, there's a little line there. And I'm going to wire wheel these out in the shop. I'll just do that off camera. And I'm going to pull those stops off. And I'm sure those are probably mushroomed as well. Let's see what those look like. Of course, wrong Phillips bit. Freaking frustrating. The heck was that? Actually, it's not bad. A little bit of a lip. Got a little lip on that one. Oh, that was that washer that fell. That weird shaped one. I'm gonna have to find that somewhere in the cabinet. Probably went under one of the braces because that's usually what they like to do. I don't have one of those. Okay. Look at that. This side's really mushroomed. Jesus. Let's get the sleeve off of it. There we go. This side's got a really bad ridge. So I'm going to go out in the shop real quick, grind these down, wire wheel them up a little bit, come back in, and we can start putting this thing together. So I will be back. I'm not going to do it on camera. Okay. I got all those parts cleaned, and I brought in an E-clip because I'm missing one for one side. Missing the clip and the washer. So I found a metal washer that's actually a perfect fit. It's supposed to be a plastic washer, but I don't have a nylon washer or whatever it is. Man, why did I stick this onto the piece of glass? Should have known better. Never be able to get it off. The E-clip. You'll shoot your eye out, kid. All right. That's on. The only thing I don't like is we got some slop in the fiber part, which needs to eventually get replaced. Okay, so we can put our stops back on. We got to grab a couple sleeves, and only one side had that washer. So, that being said, I don't really have another one. If that's in fact what fell, which might not have been. They might be missing on both sides, because I do not see it. Double checking here. My bin of parts is almost empty. I gotta go back out in the shop again, clean the rust off of that. I like walking 500 miles a day. Keeps me in shape. Round is a shape, right? Last time I checked. Ooh, here's my instruction cards. That's what's left of them. Okay. Let me go grab new sleeves. Okay. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna have to take off the stops probably in order to get these installed. I always get confused on which side is which. Goes like that, I think. Put my spring on. Okay, I was able to maneuver it on there. It's upside down. Upside down. So this is the wrong side. Okay. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get these things in place and tightened down. All right, guys, I had to come back out into the shop again because this is the kick out coil, and I want to just wire wheel the rust off. I'm not going to go painting it or anything. I'm just going to get the rust off of it. But when I was looking at it, when I originally, this is missing a clip too, when I was originally got the game up and running in the shop, I didn't really pay attention to it because I knew I was taking this thing all apart. Well, it turns out is the stop is almost completely popped out of the bracket. I'm gonna see if I can't slide it back in there. I do have some new stops, but let's just see if we can put it back in there with the vise. And you know what? If it pops back out, I'll put a new one on. It might go back in and stay. I'm not sure. But I gotta get a pair of pliers and a little flathead screwdriver real quick. I forgot pliers. Maybe it's not out. It sure looked like it was. I think it's, I think it's okay. Let me see here. Get back in there, sleeve. No, it's okay. I thought it slid out, but it didn't. Okie dokie. I'm gonna take this thing apart. Clean this up. Stupid cold. Go away. Snowing again. Okay, I'm gonna go wire wheel these parts up and then hopefully remember how I just tore this thing apart. All right, let me put this back together. Nice and clean now. Did that stick through that way? I don't remember. Gonna find out. I'm gonna say yes because the wires would solder underneath the playfield. but could be wrong. Been wrong many a times. This is where I jab myself with the finger, and then I say a few choice words. Nope. Didn't happen this time. Look at that. Beautiful. Smooth like butter. Come on, baby. Beautiful. Look at that. Operates beautifully. I remember when I got the game, this was completely seized up and it wouldn't even kick the ball out. So now it's all clean, no rust. The sleeve inside looked really good too. I wire wheeled the shaft, cleaned the end up, got all the rust off. Now it operates perfectly. I could probably use some 3-in-1 oil in there if I need to, but I don't think it's gonna need it, to be honest with you. So, all right, I'm gonna clean my tools up. As you see, I have a clean workbench again, guys. How long do you think it's gonna last? A day? 2 days? Alrighty, I'm gonna put these away and I'll be back. All right, let's put this stuff together now. That humped that a little bit, but you know what? It's not gonna hurt anything because it's underneath the metal. There we go, a little bit better. All right, so that's our kick out. Believe it goes this way. Like that. this side. Beautiful. One, 3 more screws. Beautiful. I'm out of those screws, guys. That sucks. I like to use all the same on a game, and I forgot to go to the store today, and I'm not running out now. It's crappy weather out again. That's okay. We'll use Phillips for these pieces. It's okay. Gotta find some Phillips screws. Actually works better for up here anyways, because that should be a Phillips. Okay, if I have this correct, everything under here should be done. Oh yeah, I got a broken fuse holder I got to solder on here too. I forgot about that. When we got this game up and running, if you remember, I just stuck the fuse like that just to hold it enough to get the game to work. So I got to put a new fuse holder on. And that, like I said, that stuff I'm going to do off camera. I'm going to take the board or the playfield out, lean it up against the wall, and just sit on the floor and just solder every wire that I cut, put it back on, and should be good with that. Okay, I got 2 brackets I have to put here. As soon as I find them, there they are. These hold the play field to the front of the cabinet. I thought those had holes for the apron. Screw the apron in. I forget. Where's the apron at? Here it is. Yeah, it does have. Or is it must be different brackets? see a hole there and a hole there. I don't know what the brackets those are yet. These guys right here. Really, underneath this playfield is looking really, really good, guys. Very minor corrosion, a little bit on these couple brackets, and that. Other than that, it's pretty nice. So it's come a long, long way from where it was to now. Okay, I am noticing that the thickness of the plastic is interfering a little bit with putting this metal on, but I don't want to cut the plastic back. It's overhanging a hair because I don't want to risk cracking it or doing anything to it. So I'm going to bend the brackets a hair back and then see if I can't get that metal to slide between the wood. And I just broke the bracket. No, I didn't. The screw's loose though. I have to put a bigger screw in there. Thought I snapped the bracket in half. So if that goes like that, can I just get this to just scoot down the edge? And I think I can. Just a little bit of a hang up here. Ever so slightly. Okay. I'm doing this wrong. Am I doing this wrong? I'm trying to think in my head. Does the bracket go on the outside or the inside of the metal? I'm almost thinking it might be smarter to go the opposite way with it. That. I like that better. And it really locks it in there. So what I'm gonna have to do is just get a little bolt with a nut and just put them in on each side. I like that better, sliding over those. I think it's supposed to be honest with you. So let me go find a couple. Actually, I might have them in here. Now that nut's gone for a long time. Beautiful. That fits nicely. Okay, guys, I took the playfield out of Silverball so that I can solder the bottom of it. I lifted the playfield up on Supersonic because I still need to finish cleaning the playfield. I got to bring my air compressor in here because it's got, you know, some cat hair and stuff just from it being open while I was working on it. And I want to blow it all out with the compressor and then clean the glass really good again and put it back in. But I figured, you know what, now's the perfect time because I got to do it. Obviously, this Silverball, once I get that up and running, I need to clean the playfield on that as well. So I lifted this because why not? Let's make my life a lot easier, and we'll put the components in the bottom of the Silverball by using this as my template. Now, I am not going to be putting my coil here, the knocker coil, when the game ends, back in the Silverball, and here's why. It is completely annihilated. That's just not going back in there, guys. I'll save it so I have it, but I'm not putting that back in there. That's bad. I don't even know if it's actually not froze up, surprisingly. But yeah, there's no point in putting that in there like that. Probably could clean it, but the problem is there's an L bracket that holds it, and that's all rusted out too. So I'd have to make an L bracket or buy one. So first thing I need to do is put the couple, these two angle plates on the front. And somebody sent me a message yesterday and told me what these were for. Why did Bally put these on here? He said because back in the day, people would try to do whatever they could to steal, or, which I'm sure is not any different today than it is back then. But anyways, they put them here because supposedly back then you could unscrew the bolt and, I don't know, credit the game up or something like that through the bolt hole and using a hanger. So that's why they put these in here. Now, the downfall is I can't put them in there, because the new black bolts I use are longer than the originals, and it's actually hitting the plate. So what I might just do is I'm going to put them in the bottom of the cabinet here in the corner and just leave them in there, sitting there. The only way I could fix that would be to cut the bolts down or to drill holes through the metal plate. They don't really serve any purpose as far as structure or anything like that. It's nice to try to put every part back in the game, but you know, certain things just don't work out that well. The reason why I have new bolts is because if you remember when I bought this thing, the legs were complete solid rust, including the bolts. So that's why I put new bolts on it. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do here is let's get the new buttons in, and I'm going to have to run a general illumination wire to light up my buttons, and we should be able to snag that from the coin door wiring, because I bought clear buttons so that I can put lights on them. So first thing I'm going to do is we're going to get this switch mounted. And I'm actually going to raise my camera up a little bit so you can see it a little bit better. I don't have... The metal grate for the speaker was completely rotted as well. So I'm just going to put the speaker in there without the grate for now. The speaker's trashed. I got to see if I have another speaker like that. That's just not good. And there's a hole in it right there. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to be using that speaker either. I don't know if I have one this size or not. We'll find out. If not, might be getting a little bit bigger speaker in there. Not sure yet. Trying to find somewhere to put this light. There we go. That's not too bad. So my wires we have our leaf switch right here, which is completely torn apart for some reason. Why did I do that? I don't know. Or did it fall apart? That sucks. I'm sure I have more, but pain in the butt. Man, what the heck did somebody do to that leaf switch? It's fixable. It's cleanable. Gotta go grab some more screws for the leaf switch. tell you what, having that one right next to me, makes life so much easier. And the tilt switch I will be leaving disconnected. Just because if you want to be able to bump the table a little bit, you can. Come on. Can't really see much of what I'm doing right now. Don't really have anywhere good to put the camera right now. I guess I could lower the camera and put it up on this pinball over here. There you go. That's a little bit better. Stick my ball in here. Like I said, there's still a few things with a little rust on them, a couple brackets here and there, but if I feel ambitious, I can always take them out, clean them up. I'm running out of time. Got to get it together. All right. What do we have here? We are getting really close to firing this up. Solder these wires on. I'm gonna figure out where does this go. I'm missing a bracket, I think, and I don't know that it was with the game. I don't remember having that bracket there, but that doesn't mean I don't have it. I just feel like it was missing, like somebody had taken it off at one point. I'm gonna look around for it for a minute here. So if anybody ever wants to know, your blue wire goes to your black and your white wire goes to your brown. Okay, just have to do fix that switch over there, and then I got a couple wires over here to, oh, that went to the knocker coil or whatever you want to call it. All right, should leave those disconnected for now. Okay. Let me find parts to put this switch back together. Get that in. Actually, we could put this button in. We're going to use the ice blue LEDs on these as well. Probably shouldn't have put the switch on first. This is my bracket to hold the bar that holds the playfield up. You know what? Spring. All right, I'm gonna pause this, get these buttons in and stuff, and I'll come back. Okay, I've got everything done down here for now. Next, I'm going to off camera solder everything on the back of the playfield. Then we're gonna put the head on, stick the playfield back in, and start checking voltages and stuff like that. All right, guys, playfield's all soldered up. Had to replace a socket, light bulb socket, replaced the fuse holder, and a few other things. But look at how bad this one was. You got to replace these. If you don't, you're going to short something out and cause yourself a bunch of problems. So, next thing I want to do is I'm going to put the head on. Okay. Once that's on, put the playfield in. Once again, I'm short, so it's not going to be easy. Close. Kind of did this on the wrong side here. There we go. Okay. That back piece is a little loose. The wood itself, I can fix that pretty easily. Didn't realize that before. My cutters. Just walk past them. Ugh. Ground strap. of the cabinet is now grounded to the top. I'm gonna fix that back piece, which needs a screw put in the back. I'm gonna do that, and then we'll be ready to put the playfield in. Okay, next thing I'm gonna do is replace this end of this plug off camera because it's missing the ground. And then we're gonna unplug what we need to unplug, and we're gonna start checking voltages. All right, I'm gonna get this plugged in, and I have the boards unplugged, anything power related. Should be. And see what kind of voltages we have here. Don't know if the switch is on or not. Okay, well, got some general illumination going. $44, 14.9, 14, 5.8 volts. Don't see anything out of the ordinary. Okay, we are plugged in. turn it on and see what the C or MPU does as far as light flashing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, that's a good sign. Obviously, we got some lights out and stuff like that. Which I'm not too worried about that yet. We got some displays going on. Let me grab the coin door harness. Can't see nothing. Okay. Now I don't know what wire would be the start wire. I don't know if there's no credits. I think here. Okay. Okay, so they're red and blue. And then we have to credit it, which I think is red and green and red and yellow. I'm gonna turn it off for a second. Actually, I wonder if the test button works. Okay, test button is not working. Heck are the Okay, his flippers are not working right now, or the kick out. That one's not working. That one just stuck down. That one's messed up. I don't know what just happened. No solenoids are working at all. Still got a bad don't have a plunger. Okay, we got still no solenoids are still not working. Let's restart it to see what happens. That plug it just like on Supersonic. I mean, we're getting somewhere, guys. I didn't expect to plug it in and everything work, but I got to figure out what's going on. I can't get it to go into test. I don't know why. It doesn't make sense. Unless the button's bad. And that other button under the playfield does nothing either. Okay. I wonder, do the two wires going to the solenoid for the bottom of the cabinet need to be twisted together? Not the ground, but the two greens. Could it be an open circuit because of that? I don't know. Still not set plug up there is part of the problem. As soon as I touch this, I wonder if it's the joint on the back of the board, cold solder joints. Still don't have anything else working. I don't know that I have the correct voltage going to that. All right, let me do some testing. I'll be back. Okay, it was the new fuse holder I put in. The way they have them on the bottom of this is you have to link one fuse holder to the next with the two tabs. And what happened was I had them like this and I soldered them. Well, apparently it popped free, so it was never touching. So now it's touching, so now I'm getting solenoids to work. This one's hammering. So I gotta fix that. Gotta fix that. Gotta fix a few of them. But all three pop bumpers are working. These two are working. The ball kick out worked. I'm not sure about the 5,000 or the center kick out. I got to look at these now. I don't know if I'm actually touching or not. I can't see. But I'm going to work on those switches on both of these because I noticed that one did a couple multiple ones. Not as bad. So let me adjust those two real quick and then I'll be back. Okay, so I have it pretty much, I mean, sort of mostly working. Problem is I got some switch issues still. During a gameplay, I don't know what is happening. It seems like an alarm is going off, like a solenoid is sticking, but no solenoids are sticking. So I don't know if it's a board issue or what yet. I think that's going to be the next thing I do is take out the solenoid driver board and see if it is acting, if it has like a cold solder joint or something weird going on with it. I'm going to look at that next. Now for some reason it's not coining up and it was just working fine. I gotta screw with this plug too, which is also on the solenoid lamp driver board. I don't think it booted up right. I know it did. It's not coining up now. There we go. All right. I'll use my hand plunger. So some switches aren't registering still. That middle switch isn't, the pop bumper right there doesn't, it works, but it doesn't work all the time. I got to adjust the slingshot. There's that noise. Oh, actually something stuck. I have looked and looked and looked, and I cannot figure out what the heck is sticking. I just don't know. I cannot figure out what is sticking. I have looked at every switch. Some switches are currently not working because I've actually opened them up more just to make sure they weren't sticking. The only problem, it's even that's not sticking as far as, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I just don't know yet. We have a lot of bulbs out here and there, and that's just the sockets are dirty. I'll get those cleaned up. I'm not too worried about that. I have a little wire wheel for my drill, but obviously you can't do it with the game on. So I'll just have to kind of write down what needs fixed or cleaned or whatever. I'm going to take the solenoid driver board out and just take a look at it tonight. But I'm going to end this video here. I was correct. I did say I wanted to have it at least fire up tonight, and it does fire up. Got to do a bunch of adjustments, like I said. But why it goes into that alarm mode, I don't know. I don't know what that is. I don't understand it. It seems like it goes into alarm mode because maybe like a solenoid is sticking, or it thinks a solenoid is stuck. Before I end this video, let me pull that solenoid driver board out. I want to take a look at it. Okay, I'm going to end this video. I reflowed that. I checked all the transistors. They're all good. I actually took a new solenoid driver board, put it in there just to see what it would do. It does the same thing. So clearly it is a switch problem. Solenoid driver board is not the problem. So I narrowed that down. I'll continue this tomorrow. It's getting late. So thanks everybody. If you guys have any suggestions, let me know. Other than that, I'll see you guys tomorrow.